Shalom and welcome. I typed some stuff out this morning, and I thought about reading it, but at the same time, if I just say it'll come more from the heart. So, some of y'all think you know what your Bible says, and some of you are probably accurate. But sometimes the devil is in the details, so to speak. So today, and every day henceforth, until we finish this whole thing, I'm gonna ask that you guys join me in reading. Today we're going to cover Exodus 6 through 10. All right. Chapter 6. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Now see what I do to Pharaoh, for with a strong hand he is going to let them go, and with a strong hand he is going to drive them out of his land. And Elohim spoke to Moshe and said to him, I am Yahuwah, and I appeared to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Jacob as El Shaddai, and my name Yahuwah was I not known to them? And by my name Yahuwah was I not known to them? And I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their sojournings in which they have sojourned. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Mitzrites are enslaving, and I have remembered my covenant. Say therefore to the children of Israel, I am Yahuwah, and I shall bring you out from under the burdens of the Mitzrites, and shall deliver you from their enslaving, and shall redeem you with an outstretched arm, and with a great judgment, and with great judgments, and shall take you as my people, and I shall be your Elohim, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah your Elohim, who is bringing you out from under the burdens of the Mitzrites. And I shall bring you into the land which I swore to give to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Jacob, to give it to you as an inheritance. I am Yahuwah. And Moshe spoke thus to the children of Israel, but they did not listen to Moshe, because of shortness of spirit and from hard slavery. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Go in, speak to Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, to let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moshe spoke before Yahuwah, saying, The children of Israel have not listened to me, and why would Pharaoh listen to me? For I am of uncircumcised lips. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and said to Aaron, and gave them a command for the children of Israel and for Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Mitzrayim. These are the heads of their fathers' houses, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok and Palu, Hetzron and Carmi. These are the clans of Reuben. And the sons of Shimon, Yemuel, and Yamin, and Ohad, and Yakin, and Shor, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanite woman. These are the clans of Shimon. These are the names of the sons of Levi, according to their generation, Gershon, Kehath, and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137. The sons of Gershon, Libni, and Shimi, according to their clans. And the sons of Kehath, Amram, and Yitshar, and Hebron, and Uzziel. And the years of the life of Kehath were 133. And the sons of Merari, Mali, and Mushi. These are the clans of Levi according to their generations. And Amram took for himself Jochebed, his father's sister, as wife, and she bore him Aaron and Moshe. And the years of the life of Amram were 137. And the sons of Yitzhar, Korah, and Nepheg, and Zikri. And the sons of Uzziel, Mishael, and El Eltsaphan, Eltsaphan, and Sitri. And Aaron took to himself Elisheba, daughter of Aminadab, sister of Neshon, as wife, and she bore him Nevav, and Abihu, Eleazar and Ithamar, and the sons of Korah, Ashir, Elkanah, and Avishua. These are the clans of the Korites. And Eleazar, Aaron's son, took for himself one of the daughters of Pethuel as wife, and she bore him Phinehas. These are the heads of the fathers of the Levites according to their clans. This is Aaron and Moshe, to whom Yahweh said, Bring out the children of Israel from the land of Mitzrayim, according to their divisions. They were the ones who spoke to Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, to bring out the children of Israel from Mitzrayim. This is Moshe and Aaron. And it came to be on the day when Yahweh spoke to Moshe in the land of Mitzrayim, that Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, I am Yahweh. Speak to Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, all that I say to you. And Moshe said before Yahweh, See, I am of an uncircumcised lips, and why would Pharaoh listen to me? So Yahweh said to Moshe, See, I have made you an Elohim to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother is your prophet. You shall speak all that I have commanded you, and Aaron your brother shall speak to Pharaoh, to let the children of Israel go out of his land. But I am going to harden the heart of Pharaoh, and shall increase my signs and my wonders in the land of Mitzrayim. And Pharaoh is not going to listen to you, and I shall lay my hand on Mitzrayim, and bring my divisions and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Mitzrayim by great judgments. And the Mitzrites shall know that I am Yahweh, when I stretch out my hand on Mitzrayim, and I shall bring the children of Israel out from among them. And Moshe and Aaron did as Yahweh commanded them, so they did. Now Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. That's crazy. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh speaks to you, saying, Show a miracle for yourselves, then you shall say to Aaron, Take your rod and throw it before Pharaoh, and let it become a serpent. So Moshe and Aaron went in to Pharaoh, and they did so, and as Yahweh commanded. And Aaron threw his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. But Pharaoh also called the wise men and the practicers of witchcraft, and they, the magicians of Mitzrayim, also did so with their magic. And they, each one, threw down his rod, and they became serpents. But the rod of Aaron's swallowed up their rods. And Pharaoh's heart was strengthened, and he did not listen to them, and as Yahweh had said. And Yahweh said to Moshe, The heart of Pharaoh is hard. He refuses to let the people go. Go to Pharaoh in the morning, and as he goes out to the water, and you shall stand by the river banks to meet him, and take in your hand the rod which was turned into a serpent. And you shall say to him, Yahweh, the Elohim of the Hebrews, has sent me to you, saying, Let my people go, so that they serve me in the wilderness. But see, until now you have not listened. Thus said Yahweh, By this you know that I am Yahweh. See, I am striking the waters which are the rivers with the rod that is in my hand, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Mitzrites shall find it impossible to drink the water of the river. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, Say to Aaron, Take your rod and stretch out your hand over the waters of Mitzrayim, over their streams, over their rivers, over their ponds, and over all their pools of water, that they become blood. And there shall be blood in all the land of Mitzrayim, both in wooden and in stone containers. And Moshe and Aaron did so, as Yahweh commanded. And he lifted up the rod and struck the waters that were in the river, in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that were in the river died, and the river stank, and the Mitzrites were unable to drink the water of the river. And the blood was in all the land of Mitzrayim, and the magicians of Mitzrayim did the same with their magic. And the heart of Pharaoh was strengthened, and he did not listen to them as Yahweh had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, and his heart was not moved by this either. And all the Mitzrites dug all around the river for water to drink, for they were unable to drink the water of the river. and 7 days were completed after Yahuwah had struck the river. I need a drink. Give me just a moment, please. All right, chapter 8. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, "Go to Pharaoh and say to him, Thus said Yahuwah, Let my people go, so that they serve me. But if you refuse to let them go, see, I am smiting all your border with frogs, and the river shall swarm with frogs, which shall go up and shall come into your house, and into your bedroom, and on your bed, and into your houses of your servants, and on your people, and in your ovens, and in your kneading bowls. And the frogs shall come up on you, and your people, and on all your servants." And Yahuwah said to Moshe, "Say to Aaron, Stretch out your hand with your rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause the frogs to come up on the land of Mitzrayim." So Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Mitzrayim, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians did so with their magic, and brought up frogs on the land of Mitzrayim. Pharaoh then called to Moshe and Aaron and said, "Pray to Yahuwah to take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I shall let the people go to slaughter to Yahuwah." And Moshe said to Pharaoh, "Explain yourself to me. When I am to pray for you, am I for you and for your servants and for your people to destroy the frogs from you and your house and remain only in the river?" So he said, "Tomorrow." And he said, "Let it be according to your word, so that you know that there is no one like Yahuwah, our Elohim. And the frogs shall turn aside from you, and from your houses, and from your servants, and from your people. They shall remain in the river only." And Moshe and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moshe cried out to Yahuwah concerning the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And Yahuwah did according to the word of Moshe, and the frogs died out of the houses, and out of the courtyards, and out of the fields, and they gathered them together in heaps, and the land stank. And when Pharaoh saw that there was relief, he hardened his heart, and did not listen to them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, "Say to Aaron, Stretch out your rod, and strike the dust of the land, so that it becomes gnats in all the land of Mitzrayim." And they did so. And Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and struck the dust of the earth, and it became gnats on man and beast, and all the dust of the land became gnats in all the land of Mitzrayim. And the magicians did similarly with their magic to bring forth gnats, but they were unable. Did similarly with their magic to bring forth gnats, but they were unable. And there were gnats, on man and beast. The magicians then said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of Elohim." But the heart of Pharaoh was strengthened, and he did not listen to them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, "Rise early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh as he comes out of the water, and say to him, Thus says Yahuwah, Let my people go, so that they serve me. Or else, if you do not let my people go, see, I am sending swarms of flies on you and your servants, and on your people, and into your houses, and on the houses of the Mitzrites. And the houses of the Mitzrites shall be filled with swarms of flies, and also the ground on which they stand. And in that day I shall separate the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there, so that you know that I am Yahuwah in the midst of the land. And I shall put a ransom between my people and your people. Tomorrow this sign shall be. And Yahuwah did so, and thick swarms of flies came into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Mitzrayim. And the land was ruined because of swarms of flies. Pharaoh then called for Moshe and Aaron, and said, "Go, slaughter to your Elohim in the land." And Moshe said, "It is not right to do so, for we would be slaughtering the abomination of the Mitzrites to Yahuwah, our Elohim." See, if we slaughter the abomination of the Mitzrites before their eyes, would they not stone us? Let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, then we shall slaughter to Yahuwah our Elohim as he commanded us. And Pharaoh said, I am letting you go. Then you shall slaughter to Yahuwah your Elohim in the wilderness. Only do not go very far away. Pray for me. And Moshe said, See, when I leave, you shall pray to Yahuwah. And tomorrow the swarms of flies shall depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. But do not let Pharaoh again deceive, no, not to let the people go to slaughter to Yahuwah. And Moshe went out from Pharaoh and prayed to Yahuwah. And Yahweh did according to the word of Moshe, and removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. Not one remained. But Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time too, and did not let the people go. I just want to say, Moshe told Pharaoh, see, when I leave you, oh, never mind, sorry. When I leave you, I shall pray to Yahweh. Okay, anyway, chapter 9. Delves into details, right? Chapter 9. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Go into Pharaoh and speak to him. Thus said Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, so that they serve me. For if you refuse to let them go, and are still holding them, see, the land of Yahweh is in your livestock in the field. The hand of Yahweh is on your livestock in the field, on the horses, on the donkeys, on the camels, on the cattle, and on the sheep, a very grievous pestilence. And Yahuwah shall separate between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Mitzrayim, and let no matter die of all that belongs to the children of Israel. And Yahuwah set an appointed time, saying, Tomorrow Yahuwah is going to do this word in the land. And Yahweh did this word on the next day, and all the livestock of Mitzrayim died, but on the livestock of the children of Israel not one died. Then Pharaoh sent, and see, not even one of the livestock of Israel was dead, but the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And Yahweh said to Moshe and Aaron, Fill your hands with ashes from a furnace, and let Moshe scatter it toward the heavens before the eyes of Pharaoh. And it shall become fine dust in all the land of Mitzrayim, and it shall cause boils that break out and sores on man and beast in all the land of Mitzrayim. So they took ashes from the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moshe scattered them toward the heavens, and they caused boils breaking out and sores on man and beast. And the magicians were unable to stand before Moshe because of the boils, for the boils were on the magicians and on all the Mitzrites. But Yahweh strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not listen to them, as Yahweh had said to Moshe. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Rise early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say to him, Thus says Yahweh Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, so that they serve me. For at this time I am sending all my plagues unto your heart, and on your servants and on your people, so that you know that there is no one like me in all the earth. Now if I have stretched out my hand and struck you and your people with pestilence, then you would have been cut off from the earth. And for this reason I have raised you up, in order to show you my power, and in order to declare my name in all the earth. You still exalt yourself against my people, in that you do not let them go. See, tomorrow about this time I am causing very heavy hail to rain down, such as has not been in Mitzrayim from the day of its founding until now. And now bring your livestock to safety, and all that you have in the field, for the hail shall come down on every man and every beast which is found in the field, and is not brought home, and they shall die. Those among the servants of Pharaoh who feared the word of Yahuwah made their servants and livestock flee to the houses. But those who did not set their hearts on the word of Yahuwah left their servants and livestock in the field. Then Yahweh said to Moshe, Stretch out your hand toward the heavens, and let there be hail in all the land of Mitzrayim, on man and on beast and on every plant of the field throughout the land of Mitzrayim. Then Moshe stretched out his rod toward the heavens, And Yahweh sent thunder, and hail, and fire came down to the earth. And Yahweh rained hail on the land of Mitzrayim. Thus there came to be hail and fire, flashing continually in the midst of the hail, very heavy, such as had not been in all the land of Mitzrayim since it became a nation. And the hail struck in all the land of Mitzrayim, all that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail struck every plant of the field, and broke every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, there was no hail. Pharaoh sent and called for Moshe and for Aaron, and said to them, I have sinned this time. Yahuwah is righteous, and my people and I are wrong. Pray to Yahuwah, for there has been enough of the thunder and hail of Elohim, and I am letting you go, so that you stay no longer. And Moshe said to him, As soon as I go out of the city, let me spread out my hands to Yahuwah. Let the thunder cease and the hail be no more, so that you know that the earth belongs to Yahuwah. But as for you and your servants, I know that you do not yet fear before Yahuwah Elohim. And the flax and the barley were struck, for the barley was in the head, and the flax was in bud. But the wheat and the spelt were not struck, for they were late crops. And Moshe went out of the city from Pharaoh, and spread out his hand to Yahuwah, and the thunder and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured on the earth. And the rain was not poured on the earth. And Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunder had ceased. Yet he sinned again, and he hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was strengthened, and he did not let the children of Israel go, as Yahuwah had said through Moshe. One more drink, and we'll finish 10. All right. Chapter 10. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Go into Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the hearts of his servants, so that I show these signs of mine before him, and that you relate in the hearing of your son and your son's sons and your son's son what I have done in Mitzrayim, and my signs which I have done among them, and you shall know that I am Yahuwah. And Moshe and Aaron came in to Pharaoh and said to him, Thus said Yahuwah Elohim of the Hebrews, Till when shall you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go so that they serve me. Or else if you refuse to let my people go, see, tomorrow I am bringing locusts within your borders, and they shall cover the surface of the land so that no one is able to see the land. And they shall eat the rest of what has escaped, which remains to you from the hail, and they shall eat every tree which grows up from out of the field, and they shall fill your houses, and the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Mitzrites, which neither your fathers nor your fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were on the earth to this day. Then he turned and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said to him, Till when would this one be a snare to us? Let the men go, so that they serve Yahuwah their Elohim. Do you not yet know that Mitzrayim is destroyed? And Moshe and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Go, serve Yahuwah your Elohim. Who are the ones that are going? And Moshe said, We are going with our young and our old, with our sons and our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds. We are going, for we have a festival to Yahuwah. And he said to them, Let Yahuwah be with you, as I let you and your little ones go. Watch, for evil is before your face. Not so. You men go now and serve Yahuwah, for that is what you desired. And they were driven out from the presence of Pharaoh. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Stretch out your hand over the land of Mitzrayim, for the locusts to come upon the hand of Mitzrayim, and eat every plant of the land, all that the hail has left. Okay, I think I messed up somewhere. And he said to them, Let Yahweh be with you as I let you and your little ones go. Watch, for evil is before your face. Not so. You men go now and serve Yahweh, for that is what you desired. And they were driven out from the presence of Pharaoh. And Moshe stretched out his rod over the land of Mitzrayim, and Yahweh brought an east wind on the land all that day and all that night. Morning came, and the east wind brought the locust. And the locust went up over all the land of Mitzrayim, and stretched within all the borders of Mitzrayim, very grievous. There had never been locusts like them before, nor would there again be like them. And they covered the surface of all the land, so that the land was darkened. And they ate every plant on the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And no greenness was left on the trees or the plants of the field in the land of Mitzrayim. Pharaoh then called for Moshe and Aaron in haste, and said, I have sinned against Yahweh, your Elohim, and against you. And now please forgive my sin only this once, and pray to Yahweh your Elohim, that he would only turn away this death from me. And he went out from Pharaoh and prayed to Yahweh. And Yahweh turned a very strong west wind, which took the locusts away and blew them into the sea of reeds. Not one locust was left within all the borders of Mitzrayim. However, Yahweh strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not let the children of Israel go. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Stretch out your hand toward the heavens, and let there be darkness over the land of Mitzrayim, even a darkness which is felt. Moshe stretched out his hand toward the heavens, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Mitzrayim for the 3 days. They did not see one another, nor did anyone rise from the place for 3 days, while all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called to Moshe and said, Go, serve, only leave your flocks and your herds behind you. Let your little ones go with you. Let your little ones go with you too. But Moshe said, You yourself are to provide us with slaughterings and ascending offerings to prepare for Yahuwah our Elohim. And our livestock are to go with us too. Not a hoof is to be left behind. For we have to take some of them to serve Yahweh our Elohim. And we ourselves do not know with what we are to serve Yahuwah until we come there. However, Yahweh strengthened the heart of Pharaoh, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said to him, Get away from me. Watch yourself and see my face no more. For in the day you see my face, you die. And Moshe said, You have spoken rightly. Never again do I see your face. I made it through